It's not time for you to see me again just yet. Wake up.
It happened again. Arc-Jack. Inspect drawing. It appears we have quite a bit of catching up to do, as far as this young man is concerned. Moving this story along requires cooperation from both ends, however, so please bear with the gaps until it's the time for them to be appropriately filled. This is the spot where we need to be. Unlike some other parties, this girl has been patiently waiting for her time to come, doing no wrong and no harm, as per usual. This past cryptic sequence has been quite unnerving, but the soothing atmosphere permeating her abode does wonders to take the latent underlying sorrow down a notch. Who is she? Enter name. Your name is Albion Shukra. You are the chosen inheritor of the cosmic legacy passed down to you by a long line of spiritual prophets. Extra-universal entities only given the vague name of the Star Children, with your own self being the 12th and final link in this chain. You believe it is of the utmost importance to cultivate thoughts of optimism and exuberance, rather than the constant deluge of fear and self-doubt that seems to permeate your planet and its inhabitants. Therefore, your purpose in life is to teach others about the art of living together in harmony, doing your best to encourage a state of inner peace in every individual you encounter. And lucky for you, your best happens to be quite exceptional. Each star child has a specific gift relating to the truth of their world. As the final one in the line, however, you possess none. Instead, it is your destiny to bear all previous gifts in order to become a being of complete constellation, the pure oneself. You communicate with your guardian, a collective made up of the souls of the Star Children who came before you, through projective meditation. They have helped you prepare for the moment when the two of you are to merge into a singular being, an event meant to take place after your planet is broken beyond repair. An event which will all come to pass this very night. Aside from your obligations, you have a variety of more casual interests. You enjoy finding constellations and forming pictures with them. The night sky, your mental canvas. Each and every section menagerie of bright gas and light in the firmament positioned to tell you a story. You then take the time to pen these tales in ancient pretext as a record for the future, an attempt to revive the lost tradition of planetary folklore. You have a vested interest in collecting colorful and fragrant incenses, which emit calming aromas that help you keep your body chemistry in balance. This helps you stay in total control of your spirit power, a physical manifestation of emotion-based energy that you monitor and utilize through your mood ring. The need to actively keep yourself in check rarely presents itself, though, as you're an extreme pacifist with absolutely no tolerance for unneeded confrontations and aggression. The rest of your free time is spent solving interpersonal problems and being the resident shoulder to cry on among your friends. Your troll tag is damage quantified, and you speak in a manner that really shines. What will you do? Albion. Check mood ring. You're completely green and stable. Hooray! You already knew this, of course. Your ring is always green and stable, as that is your will. But you like to treat each time you decide to check it as a small personal achievement regardless. It does wonders to make the predictable consistency feel like a victory, rather than a nightly chore of mental upkeep. As a result of your disposition's uniform nature, you never catch more than a glimpse of the other colors that signify different moods, with a few exceptions. Hope, blue, compassion, purple, and love, pink, are the ones you allow for prolonged periods of time. Fear, yellow, greed, orange, and rage, red, in particular are expressly forbidden, not by star children, but more by your own standards. It is said that when you merge with your guardian, your mood ring will turn into ghostly white, representing the life you are meant to lead. If your ring were to turn black, though, it would mean that you've lost any power you once had. You would feel blank. You will never let that happen. Albion. Read table scroll. You're taking the time to properly translate it to current text first, which has been taking longer than you expected. Your language is structured very differently now, compared to what it was before the Renaissance, both in grammar and alphabet. It is quite the effort. You've refrained from digging too deep into the meaning behind the scroll until you have that part done, as you enjoy being surprised when you read tales of the past. Though from what you've gathered at a glance, it seems to be talking about some sort of curse through blood. This specific task was undertaken not out of personal enjoyment, however, but as the request of your mate Spirit. You have been slowly teaching her assorted planetary customs, as she is rather behind on those due to her sheltered upbringing. Your ring flickers pink. You slap it. It goes back to green. Albion, admire Slime Pit. This is not your typical Recupera-kun. Rather, it is a Recupera-kun, more used for pure relaxation instead of sleep. Your species is very bad at naming things. Meditation takes a lot of focus and poise. Spending a few minutes in here is a good way to take the tension out of your system before you engage in your customary sessions. You like to use glop enhancers in order to make each experience slightly unique, though you've been set on Miraculous View lately. The name really does the product justice in both color and smell. Albion. Receive message from Taz. Right on schedule. You could have felt the burning passions of her overblown conundrums coming from expenses away. You'll need your astral projector in order to use Scorp and speak with her. A device which has been placed in your spirograph modus. Albion. Open spirograph modus. Your modus is currently rigged to an 11-card system on a 10-point graph. The astral projector holds a spot in the middle, which will always be a white card. It is also surrounded by 5 currently inaccessible black cards and 5 accessible green cards. The center card can be accessed at any time, and have something new stored inside in turn. Either of these actions will alter the arrangement of the spirograph. Certain configurations, usually overly complex in nature, will have some cards be more accessible than others. If the center card is removed, they will determine which specific card is to be slotted in its place. Same deal if a card is added to the center slot instead. If a card is removed from a position that isn't the center, the configuration will change, but the center card will not. Simpler alterations allow sets of cards to be moved around without changing the configuration of the graph, such as switching between certain ring levels. Removing any of the accessible cards or adding an extra one will change the number of spirograph points accordingly. It shifts depending on how many cards are in the deck. Albion. Retrieve astral projector. Luckily, you've rigged your modus with some of your less appealing candles to have your item just where you need it. The spirograph now allocates one of your translated scrolls into the center card, shifting your potent glop enhancers, spare incense, sextant, and grubby juice scented candle to the inner ring as the in-access cards. Not that you'll be needing them anytime soon. Aren't things much better when you plan ahead? Albion. Use astral projector. You place the astral projector in front of you, using your spirit power in order to activate it. You will now have electronic access in the cell. Albion. Meditate. Tranquility is an asset harshly underutilized in the minds of others. This is why yours acts as a personal safe haven. Albion, activate Scorp. Your Scorp theme is called Nebulatic Nirvana. The central hub of your applications is an age-old interpretation of your universe's creation myth, depicting a world lacking turmoil. This piece has always spoken to you on a fundamental level, as if it's the being you're meant to become in time. Albion, answer Taz. Pernicious Overkill began trolling Demiurge Quantified.
Hey Albion. So I just got a shitty bunch of messages from UK. He mentioned wanting me to play some sort of game with him. Although, knowing how he is, that could mean a wide variety of things that I am most likely zero interested in. Like, it's probably just some sort of elaborate piffling scheme to play a useless and antagonistic trick on me. To get on my nerves or something. Already gets me mad just wondering about it. Actually, no. I don't really fucking care. Especially since he told me that in order to do whatever it is he's planning, I gotta work with Archak. Which isn't gonna happen. I had a few moments with my thoughts and figured I'd mention it to you. It's probably a bit of a stretch, but I was wondering if maybe you've heard something about it, and could offer some insight on what the actual shit he's talking about. Or not, and I can just complain for a bit.
Actually, I have an entire arrangement of varying notes and plans, dating back epochs that have led us to this very moment. I was waiting for you to message me so I could explain them in a large amount of detail.
What? Really?
No.
Fuck you.
I'm not sure what you were expecting, but really, it shouldn't be me having all the answers. At least not all of the time. Well, actually, I guess you technically weren't expecting that. But really, the expectations on the matter aren't the exact matter at hand, right?
Well, no. I hadn't actually been expecting you to know. But then you raised my hopes and lied to me. Now I'm just confused. Do you know something or not?
I know approximately a few things. Like most of us, I'm not really sure what exactly he's referring to. But I do know that this is the night. The night in which our planet begins to crumble. And I will have to save you and everybody else.
Now you're also just being vague and kind of foreboding. I don't really appreciate that right now.
Taz, did you forget that we have a big plans today? The plans that my life and all the others have been setting up to?
Yes, because I really can't absorb all of these viciously wrong prophetic sentiments.
Speaking of sentiments, this seems like the best time to bring this up. Perhaps you should talk to him.
Oh no. Albion, no. Don't make me.
I won't make you do anything. I will tell you that this is a wise choice. And it might make you both feel just a little better about each other. You have spent so much time trying to grab his attention, but not so much attempting to really speak to him. I don't have a lot I can say. Not regarding the actual topic. I know what I must do right now. And later, I have a meeting that will be putting us all in motion. In motion towards the end. Do what you feel is best. Or rather, please take a moment to do what I would do.
And a little while later, the Bard and Sliff do indeed speak again. It goes as well as it can. Fucking, why is this even important? Not a single person has spewed anything coherent at me yet today, and it's really blowing me up. I don't have the faintest idea what you're referring to, other than the fact that I apparently need to precipitate. Some clearer instructions are vital if anything is going to happen on my end. If you can just do that much for me, and if I can think it's a damn reasonable explanation, I'll think about it. But I want to know why.
Really, there is only one matter that needs to be made clear. Tonight, the world as we know it will end. And after completing my merger, I will save you, our friends, and what little of our species remains. With my newfound quiddity, really, I should probably already be saying goodbye. Because soon enough, I won't be myself anymore.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, you gave me an explanation, which is all I really asked for, I guess. I still don't feel like I'm getting any of it, nor do I believe it, but this is more of an answer than anything else I've gotten so far.
The passiveness you're showing is starting to concern me. I need this to be taken seriously. It's quite literally a matter of life or death, on a planetary scale. And for once, I need your assistance and compliance. Your reaction should not have been so lukewarm.
I don't know how you expected me to react to something like that. You just told me, out of nowhere, that the world is about to fall apart and you're disappearing somehow. That's a pretty exorbitant load to drop at my doorstep while still expecting me to play along. Not to mention, I don't even fucking understand it. You know I don't believe in that predestined shit. I was trying my absolute hardest to kind of not completely explode on you. But what you're saying is fucking ridiculous. I'm obviously not going to abandon you if something is actually happening. But what kind of help do you really want? You pretty much never need any from me, at least not with anything so major. You're always so on top of everything. You're so perfect. In a way, it's a special kind of terrifying. But I'm not happy at all with what you're trying to tell me. And I'm not going to just lie down and accept it. What do you even want me to do?
I want you to believe me. And I want you to listen to what I have to say. There's not any more time, however. They won't wait for us. So I need to leave you. But I promise, you'll see me again sooner than you think, even if it won't be truly me. A la vida.
Their marriage quantified gave up trailing pernicious overkill.
I know you're there. Are you ready to join me, my guardian?
We are sorry, our child. There is something we must tell you, and a divine intervention that you deserve to be ready for before it comes to pass.
I could sense the tension in your arriving. Please, explain.
We have not been forthright regarding the truth of our form and the path of your belonging. This coil we are bound to. It does not lead to a savior. Your soul is not meant for apotheosis, and this world is not meant for reincarnation. It, as well as we, are fated to disappear.